share it, right? Like there was no like, I don't know, nobody was like, I need a business to get into right now. I'm looking for the best business plan out there. I need 15 people to show me their best business plan and I'm going for it, right? That was not necessarily the, the intro to the way things worked, right? So that, going off what Christy was saying, that, sometimes we just are in the like we want to organically grow our business. Well, yes, we are organically growing our business, but let's just talk about what we have ahead of us, right? We have November and December, and we've got a grand scheme of like brand new this year to doTERRA, to some veterans on this call. And we know that typically in years past, for like the 7
I'm going to just unmute and see if you can hear me. Hey, Jenny.
We're back. I see Brandy back. Okay. So just a little pause. Okay. So what's the last thing I said? Hi, Alice.
So you froze for a minute. So yeah. I just had a thought that if you freeze again, maybe you could try turning your screen off. Oh, but that's going to be difficult to do numbers because you want to show numbers.
Well, I do have a video. So maybe the video, when I share it, it won't be an issue. We'll see. Okay. We'll see. We'll just go with it. We'll go with it. So I think what I was saying is that, that we want to grow our businesses organically. We want to be serving people because that's what we have been attracted to. But in these next couple of months, doTERRA literally hands us, right, these promotions that are such a blessing. They literally are taking a silver platter and they're putting these amazing things right on it. And they're saying, here you go, do as you will, right? Okay, spread the word, give these to people, help them get connected. And so this is a big time where I think it just makes so much sense to be, what's the word? Driven into intentional about what we're doing. Okay, intentional. So in this video, I'm going to play a video because I can't do like teaching on the spot unless I'm with people. It just drives me, I don't know. It just feels too weird. I get weird. I had to like figure out the video 15 times so you couldn't see my butt. And then like I was like, everything was like up here. So I had to I just did a video, right? So this is going to go through filling out a rank goal sheet that is accessible to everybody on the daily mentoring calls as a PDF. And it's just basically going through what it means and how it looks and why you would do that. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share thing is, how much time do we have? Okay, it's perfect timing. So it's about 10 minutes. So don't go to sleep. I'm just kidding. Host disabled participant, maybe. Oh, I hopped off. Maybe you have to make me co-host again. Okay. All right. Okay. Can everybody see that? Hey, everybody. Here I am to talk to you about how to fill out your rank goal sheet. This is an excellent tool to use when you're wanting to rank advance. It takes away the emotion of doing the work because you really know exactly what you need to do and what areas you need to do it in. And that's why I love this tool. It really breaks it down really easy for you. So it's broken up into 3 parts. Basically, what you need to do is you first need to find out what has been going on in your organization. And I like to use my back office. It's a whole other little training where you can go back into your dashboard and you're going to see your volume and that broken down. You can go up into the corner and you can go through the last 3 months, your current month and the 2 months past. You can take some of this information from there and you can get some averages. Okay, so that's your first step is you're going to want to find those averages of your personal overall volume and your qualifying minds. Okay, so we're going to be working on the Premier. Wait for it. I just spelled that incorrectly. Let me just try that again.
I just love you, Jenny. You got to unmute yourself, Jenny.
Jenna today. And then I need to have 2 lines, okay, that have a 100-point order, qualifying person at the top that reaches 2,000 OV, overall volume, okay? And then total, we need to hit 5,000. So either one of my 2 qualifying lines can have 3,000, one can have 2,000, you have 2,000, 2,000, and maybe you have another line that hasn't really been doing much that can have some more volume in that. But I'm going to focus on today. I've got Sally as my qualifier slash sharer, and Lily as my qualifier slash sharer. And I'm really looking at my averages from the last couple of months. So I averaged about my overall volume for the last 3 months at about 3,579 OV, which means that's a solid elite. Okay, that's really strong. Okay, so being able to go ahead and then build off of that shouldn't be too hard for me. So I'm going to see where I need to go with that. So I took a look at Sally's last 3 months, and I looked at her LRPs that we're going through, okay? And then we looked at those and averaged those out over 3 months. And that averaged out to 1,079. This is a sidebar.
Just pretend I'm not talking because this is going to confuse somebody.
Months, and then you can subtract any enrollments they had, right? So if you had a, say they had a 1,200 volume, but they had an enrollment, you can minus that. I don't want to confuse anybody, but if you really wanted to get an average of what your builders slash sharers are bringing and generating in a month, so that you know what you need to do for this coming month. Okay, so these are the numbers that I've got. And I know that I need my first leg, which is Sally. She's my number 1. Okay, Sally here has 1,079. Okay, and so I know that I need 2,000 volume on that line. So I am going to need 920 50 PV. Okay, this is the amount of volume that is going to be short on my line, about. Okay, these are all averages to be able to get that line at 2,000 OV to get me to qualify Premier. Okay, my second line is Lily. Okay. And Lily's brand new. She's loving her oils. She's been having a couple classes. She's been sharing. And she is averaged at about 813 PV per month. Okay, so that means this line is going to need about 1,187 PVs or OV to help qualify that line to become 200 or to be executive at 2,000, and then these 2 to executive, and to me, Jenna at 5,000. Okay, so this is what it looks like here.
We can pause really quick too and see if anybody has any questions so far. Does anybody have any questions? Are you following along with what it means to be a premier and how, like, the steps of figuring out what you're getting in typically, and then what the difference is to get you to the rank that you need? Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more. Keep
There's
going
the
then.
extra over here. Okay, you've got the extra 1,000 PV. They're going to come from somewhere. Okay, so now what does that mean? What do I do with that? Okay, the next step is you're going to have to find out where this volume is going to come from. Okay, and we like to divide this by 500 PV because that's about the average volume per class. Okay, we're doing a lot of one-on-ones. It's gonna be a little bit different, but you can multiply that back in when you're done. So I know that 920 PV divided by 500 is going to average about 2 classes. Okay, so I'm short 2 classes. I need 2 classes on this line. Okay, and then this one is going to be 3. 500 into 1,187 is going to be 3 classes on this line, okay? And then somewhere in here before I'm gonna take a look at what's going on the rest of my line. I may have a couple extra people on the side or maybe somebody new. I'm gonna get that 1,000 PV from somewhere as well, okay? So now I'm gonna go take a look into my organization. You're gonna look into your tree. If you don't know how to look into your back office tree, you definitely want to talk with your mentor, which is going to be in the second part of this training tonight. So you can start looking at what's going on in this line. What does Sally have going on? Does she have any sharers and builders under her line? Does she have people that are loving their products that would be willing to host a class? We have the holidays coming up, so people are really excited about being able to get holiday shopping for friends and family done. They're interested in wellness and taking care of themselves through the holidays. So find your angle. Where is it that you love to teach? Where is it that your builders and sharers love to teach? And you're going to take a look. And I know Sally's sister, Brenda, she has been loving her oils. She's had $100 P or more for the last couple of months. So I'm going to ask her if she'll host a class. And then I am going to ask, Sally's got a couple other people on there, and I'm going to ask them. So there's 3. I'm going to do.
I don't know who those people are
Jane
because this is a made up line.
And Tiff. I'm going to ask those 3 people to host a class. Okay, so I know I need 2, but if I have 3 yeses, that's going to help take care of this extra 1,000 PV as well. Okay, and then I'm going to do the second thing, and I'm going to go to the second line, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to go look at Sally's organization. What's going on underneath Sally? How many people does she have that are on LRP? How many people does she have that are loving her oils? Has anybody had a business overview? And then I'm going to pick 3 to 4 people and ask them to host a class as well, okay? It's the holidays. People love incentives. Maybe you want to give a hostess incentive. There are a lot of inexpensive ways. You can maybe purchase some of the extra holiday gifts, maybe some of the adaptive spray, or you can make, some bath salts for your hostess. So, if you create a fun incentive, that's the third part, is help your hostesses get as excited about hosting a class for you as you are, okay? So does every single hostess gift have to be the same? No, it does not. Should it cost you an arm and a leg? No, it should not. People love a gift, love appreciation, and people love to share what they love. And so this way right here, we know as we go through the month and we're working with our mentors on our strategy calls each week, we can take a look and check in about where these classes are scheduled, what volume you have at the end of each week, what's needed. You can reconfigure this same sheet multiple times during the month. Say you had 2 amazing classes with Brenda and this number one over here and Jane, or maybe you had a no-show in one of the classes in one of the weeks, right? That happens too. But you can then realign what is needed in each week. doTERRA has amazing incentives this month that we're going to talk about as well. And it's literally the time to embrace the business and take the promotions that are being handed to us on a silver platter over the next 2 months and use them to gift our people and bless others and to help grow our businesses. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, we're going to be taking them right now.
Okay. So talk to me. Is it a lot? These are meant to be able to be a tracker for yourself, right? It's supposed to be a useful tool. If there was more information than maybe you've been used to looking at numbers in your back office, that is exactly why you have a mentor. You have somebody to do strategy calls with. And if you haven't been doing strategy calls in this manner, and I'm sure you have because I'm talking to everybody on here and we all did the same thing. you really are taking a look at what your goals for the week are. So if you have that tracker completed, you're going to know exactly what, is going well, right? Because that's what it is. I mean, do we need to pull up, Christy, shake your head or no? Do we need to pull up the strategy sessions? Because I think everybody
Oh,
knows.
no, yeah, we know.
Everybody, right. What's going really well for your week? What were your successes? What were your challenges? How can I help you through those? What were your goals for the week? How did they go? What are your new goals, right? And so you literally can take every week that tracker and go through that. So I hope that helps. I really just, we've talked about in our team, this is these next 2 months, November, typically between the holiday gifts and having, there's no guarantee, but the last 7 years in a row, there's been a BOGO, which we don't talk about as builders until after the holidays, after the middle of the month, create that, excitement closer to. But these are literally strategies, like I said, being put on a silver platter to be able to drive, your rank gains. And you're loving your business, so your paycheck should reflect it, right? And so when we're doing these steps, we can take the emotions of what do we need to do? Oh, it's not enough. I don't know. You know exactly what you need to do, and you know exactly who you need to contact. And you know exactly what to talk to your mentor about each week to get you moving towards your goals. So
Thank you so much, Jenny. I know you're frozen, so when you're unfrozen, I want to hear the rest of what you're going to say. But before you have to go, I just wanted to take a minute to just congratulate and recognize Petrea for getting the Healing Hands recognition. And would you just unmute yourself and share with the group? Because I'm sure we all want to be a part of it.
So when you reach the rank of silver and above, it opens up some doors. And so my entire team made it possible for us to be able to do this. So every time you purchase, wherever you're at in your organization, you're making doors open. So we applied for a grant, a Healing Hands matching program, where I have an organization in our town called the Family Peace Center that helps survivors of domestic abuse, child abuse, elder abuse, human trafficking, have centralized services so they can get the legal help, the counseling, and also the protective orders and everything all in one spot. So they have to tell their story less. So they don't have to relive it so much. That's a big part of being a survivor of these things. And we have been awarded from doTERRA, the Healing Hands Foundation is going to give us $15,000 in matching funds for our fundraising efforts here in town. So over the next year, between now and next Halloween, we're going to do lots of fundraising for the center, and everything we raise, doTERRA is going to match that dollar for dollar, which is incredible. And we're just over the moon, so excited to be able to have this opportunity. But every time, it took my entire team, like I would have never reached the rank of silver and above without my team behind me, right? And so every person on my team, every time they purchased on loyalty rewards, every time they purchased, every time they enrolled, every time they showed up and liked posts, and every time they commented on stuff, that lifted the whole team up to be able to open these doors. So no matter how little one individual is, together we can do like amazing things. Like I didn't even think this was even possible. So I encourage you to just love on everybody where they're at, because every bit of it matters completely. So
I love that, Petrea. Girl, you just have a way of just igniting the passion in us. So I'm so proud of you and your team, and it's going to be really awesome to be able to support you through this year. So thank you so much. And Jenny, I know you were like mid-sentence when you got frozen. Was there anything that you wanted to say in closing? Thank you so much for going through the making of the video and the numbers and all of it, because it's part of this business.
Yep, I don't know where I froze, but I hope that it was helpful and inspiring to have kind of a plan of action, because when we have plans, they're not dreams or hopes, they're, they're set in motion. So, yeah, I hope you
Sweet.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
a
I
great
just
night,
love the
everybody.
numbers. It gets fun. It really does.
All
And
right, ladies, we'll hop off. Have a great night and week.
bye, Jenny. So the one thing that I'll share that I was gonna in reference to Petrea is that is true. She loves numbers, and she's never been afraid of them. She'll set a goal for a rank, look at the numbers, and then the piece that that I love as well, looking at besides the calculating all the numbers, is the belief portion. So that'll be on another call, but the phrase that Petrea and I have used many times together, whether it's in a phone conversation or texting or comments on Facebook, is just, it happens. So on that last day or that last stretch, and it's like, okay, we've got all this volume and we're this close and we still got this. It's just like this affirmation of it happens. That's the magic. That's the magic of this business. So awesome. A couple of announcements. So this Saturday, something a little crazy, Halloween party. I mean, Christy having an online Zoom Halloween party. I mean, you might want to come just to see that. Right. So we're going to just have fun. I'm going to have my kids. Feel free to get dressed up and come on. We're just going to share like fun recipes, baking and fun things we do with drinks and diffuser recipes, and just come away with some fun recipes and things that we can do for entertaining and being together and celebrating, right? We won't be on Zoom forever, but it's been, what would we do if we didn't have Zoom? I would really miss you guys. It'd be way different. So I have some gratitude for Zoom and that we can gather up in this way. And once things are in a place where we are gathering in person, we're still going to want this platform, because look at all of the different states that are represented here. So that'll be fun. That'll be Saturday. And then I'm going to be posting in our customers group about a lifelong vitality challenge that I'm going to promote in November to just really help people get into the healthy habits of, drinking plenty of water and taking their lifelong vitality daily, and invite them to choose one other personal daily accountability. And I'm going to be giving away a lot of prizes and just encouraging engagement and supporting one another in creating those healthy habits, right? As we're heading into this darker season, and we really have to dig deep and find our light to bring it forth as it's this season of heading into the winter solstice. So thanks for being here, you guys. Have an awesome night. And I always just I love unmuting you all so we can hear everybody as we say goodbye. But
hey, Chrissy, quick question. The LLV challenge, would that be something that if someone has an interest, that if it doesn't come right at the beginning, they can still jump in?
Totally. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There's other teams that are doing something that's a little more of I think it's called a lifelong vitality study, where it's like a starting date and a survey, and that's great. And our team, it's just going to be more of a just a fun hop on and feel free with taking it when it arrives and being a part of prizes and things like that. Yeah. So anyone is welcome to do that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm giving you all a big hug.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.